guest has voiced heroes, villains, dragons, pirates, demons, guild masters, students, and probably enough anime characters to fill this convention center twice. If you've ever rooted for Mavis, feared Toga's smile, laughed with for some reason my mind just went crazy right there with this word. Laughed with Miss Kobayashi, sailed with Koby, or cried during fruits baskets, you've heard today's guest many times over. She has performed more than 350 anime and video game characters. She's an incredible ADR writer responsible for bringing countless stories to English-speaking audiences. And today, she's here to take us behind the microphone. Silver Age Comic-Con. Ladies and gentlemen, please give an enormous welcome to the wonderfully talented Leah Clark.
Awesome.
How's your show been going so far?
So far, so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, everybody's been really nice.
Good. That's always good to hear.
Yeah.
So I am Young Phil. I am the host of the Distance Nerding podcast.
Oh.
And on our show, we have a segment called Growing Up Geeky.
Cute. Okay.
Yeah. What did you geek out on when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, what did I geek out on? Rainbow Bright and Care Bears and My Little Pony.
Yes.
All of them.
That is Trolls at all?
No Trolls.
No Trolls?
I was like the weirdest. It was so bizarre. I don't even know. I look back now, I'm like, why was I like that? But I was so into like being a girl and not wanting to be a boy that it was just like everything I wanted was just like frilly and pink and cute to the point where like I really got jealous of how boys had like those little action figures that they could play like outside with, they would like make things and stuff and like run around. And I was like, oh, I want one of those. But I don't want to like be a boy, so I don't want to play with them. But then they had She-Ra. Mm-hmm. She came out, and so I, just fell in love with her because she was a girl. It was so weird. But anyway, so yeah, anything girly and cute, like I was about it.
Yeah.
So
see, I was a Hasbro kid. Yeah, I was a Hasbro kid. So G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, like all the stuff you're talking about right there. I was into all that
cool.
stuff. Yeah. He-Man's still cool. Have you talked to Tom Cook?
No.
He's the guy who animated He-Man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Should probably go say hi to him.
I should probably do that.
Yeah, he actually animated She-Ra too.
What?
Yeah.
Well, heck. I'm going to have to go say hello.
So he probably was involved in a lot of your childhood.
Probably.
Yeah, because he did a lot of that. So a lot of Hanna-Barbera, a lot of things like that. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, talk to me yesterday.
I want that.
So yeah. So let's jump into a little bit of your origin story here.
Okay.
So for anyone meeting you for the first time today, what was young Leah like growing up?
Young Leah was a gigantic theater nerd, and I didn't even know what that even was. All I knew was that I fell in love with Annie, the movie Annie, when I was like 5, and I wanted to be in that. I didn't know what that meant, but that is...
You just knew the sun was going to come out tomorrow.
Exactly.
Right.
And I wanted to be specifically one of the orphans because I just wanted those sort of like dramatic scenes where you're just like, it's a hard knife. And then, and you're just like, I'm waiting for my parents. And like, I wanted that. Like, I just wanted to be like struggling, but like in a musical. I don't know why.
Because you wanted one of the fun roles is what it was.
Yeah, maybe that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to be Annie because she was just, it
there's
was
so much
too
pressure.
easy.
There's so much pressure being the lead, right? But it's like, I just want to be somebody in the background that if you notice me doing something funny, then hey, let's go.
Or I just wanted a tragic story.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like Annie was like, okay, she was tragic for like the minute she was sitting in the window crying and singing. And then the rest of it's like, oh, great. Now you're living every child's fantasy. I don't feel sorry for you. But the orphans, every time you saw them, they were in rags and like scrubbing and mad. So I wanted that. But I wanted to sing about it. So I don't know. It was like, I wanted to do that. So anytime there was like a skit at a summer camp or something, I always just like wanted to sing about something or be an orphan in somebody's skit.
Yeah, just like early on, just wanted to get in musical theater.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just some kind of theater. So when I was like 10, I think, my mom gave me for my birthday acting lessons. So there was like a little acting studio. So I learned how to do that, and I just never stopped.
No, that's awesome because that means your parents were in on it too, and we're just like, oh, something that she likes to do. Let's
sort of
kind of
sort of
kind of.
They were like, I mean,
or it was more of like a this will shut her up.
It was just, it was like, okay, that's cute, but you have to focus on other things.
Gotcha.
Like, it was just like my parents for the things were like they wanted to play everything safe. So like, yeah, I'd be in the plays and do all the auditions, but also like get good grades. On other things that you don't like. And that was really hard for me because we found out later I have severe ADHD. And so I couldn't focus on it. And it was just really hard. So
Yeah.
That's how that worked out.
I'm in the same boat. I know where you're coming from with that.
Then
yeah.
yay.
Exactly.
Yes.
So was acting always kind of the dream, or did voice acting kind of just sneak up on you? Kind of like, were you already acting and then voice acting came along, or was the goal to be a voice actor? It's different for people in our age group. A lot of people now want to be voice actors from the beginning, but like kind of, what was kind of once you started getting of age and kind of learning the differences in how acting was, what was kind of like, where was I want to go down this road?
So yeah, I just wanted to be in stories. I wanted to play characters. I wanted to act. I discovered voice acting, but I didn't really understand it. I knew it was like when I figured out at age 10 that there was actually a human behind Ariel, like that all of a sudden was super fascinating to me.
Right.
Because in theater, at least now, like not now so much, like now it's like completely progressive. Anyone can play anything and I love that. But back in my day, you had to look like the character. And so when you look like this, you're always a creature or somebody really evil. So you never got to play like anything other than that. And it was very limited because those, they're good guys, but not a whole lot of, usually only like one bad guy in a show. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I started like having these visions of being Ariel, and I did the thing where when I was like the latchkey kid or whatever during the summer. So my parents would go to work and I would be home.
Right.
I would put on my little mermaid, and I would just like mute her and like talk and then unmute and let the other characters talk. So in that way,
I see what you did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I get to play the character.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm playing the character, and that was like me living out my life, but I didn't know that was like a voice actor. So it's like I did several things like that. It was so weird, especially because I lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
And there wasn't a whole lot of things to do at the time for kids. Like now I live in Dallas, Texas. It's like, damn, I wish I grew up here.
Right.
Because it's like kids can do everything everywhere. It's amazing. But yeah, no, not when you're there. You're just at home by yourself figuring it out. And I was just voice acting everything that I wanted to voice act because I could never play them like in person. Like I'm not redheaded with a fin,
Right.
But
so you like voice acting before you even kind of knew that was a job,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So it was just, and so it kind of just progressed into that. I was doing a musical, and then one of the directors of that musical was a voice actor at Funimation at the time, and was like, "Hey, they're having auditions for this thing. Do you want to go?" And so, this was forever. You can't do that anymore. Like, if they did that, they would just be like, no, you can't just like bring whomever. But you used to be able to. So they walked me in, and I got to audition for Chris Bevins for a show called, oh man, I want to say Closer, but it's not Closer. It's like, it's going to come at me later. I don't know. But there was
ADHD,
a bunch.
I get it.
Yeah, it's there. But there were a bunch of characters, and like, I was like, oh wow. This is cool because you saw a picture of them and their lines, and then you're like in this dark booth and no one sees you, and you just like, act.
Yeah.
And it was cool, and I loved that. I loved that there was like an option, like, oh, I could play this character or this character or this character. It was great. And yeah, so that just kind of
like just
led to it.
As an actor, that sounds fun as all hell to like walk in, see a bunch of sides of the characters, and
you
go,
can
oh,
play
this is
any
what this
of
character
them.
would sound like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like in theater or even film, it's like you look at the description first, and that's how you know what you're auditioning for. It's like, well, I don't fit that. Okay, next one's this one. You know what I mean? But in voice acting, you just look at them, and it's like, oh, can I sound like that? Yes, I'm auditioning for this,
Yeah. I've always found that fun, like to say, here's what the character looks like. Oh, this is what I think that character would sound like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and then embodying that character.
Yes.
Right? Like one of the funnest things is coming up with backstories in your head. Right, even though like later on it doesn't end up being that backstory, but it's like, here's the backstory for this character, so then that way I can give life to this character.
Right, so you can make it believable.
Exactly, right. So you studied musical theater in New York.
I did. How do you know that?
Because I do a lot of research.
Look at you. Good for you. Wow.
And doing like during your studies and everything like that. At what point? Because again, now you've kind of like already been playing around with your voice and playing these characters. Now you're doing musical or studying musical theater. At what point does this translate, going from stage work to transitioning into? Well, actually, did you do camera work?
I did a little bit, yes. I decided I didn't like it.
Which is the majority of people who go into voice. But then, like, you're kind of you've had the stage experience. You've done a little bit of camera work. At what point are you like, you know what? Let me go audition for these voice roles.
Yeah,
or was that your agent that did that for you?
No, I mean, it was just that getting cast the first time in them and like discovering it as part of acting and just a way to do more of acting is what it was for me. So yeah, I just loved that there was just another door to do what I wanted to do.
Right.
So yeah, I would just chase those also. It just gave me an extra thing to do. It was never like, oh, I want to do voices exclusively.
Right.
Like I feel like now it would be kind of weird because I'm so used to acting like so solitary that if I were to like go into a cast again with human interaction, I feel like I would freeze. But because you have to get used to that.
Right. So you're used to performing with other people's and getting their reactions. And
right. And like, doing that whole thing where you're like working with them for months on end and then you have like these nighttime performances and it's all beginning to end. And, it's great and I miss it sometimes. But like right now, I feel like I would have to ease back into it.
Right.
So, voice acting is kind of my jam at the moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time, like your first reaction to hearing yourself in a final project?
Yeah, it was cool. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. It was probably, well, of course, like you chase everything at first, like, because for about 2 years, I think all I got cast as was just like nobody number 5. He went that away, you know.
Like everybody's original roles.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was like literally Girl B in Case Closed. That was like my first role in a voiceover. That's not even what I auditioned for. I auditioned Spiral. It was called Spiral. I got nothing, but then I got called in for like bits and pieces from everyone else's shows. It was great because every time I would get auditions from Funimation, I knew I would have work because of all the bit roles. Like I just got so used to not getting cast as anything lead. I was like, fine, that's cool. I'll go up there and do nothing. So because they
or have more fun and do Walla.
Yeah, well, Walla. That's basically the same thing.
You get to have so much fun doing Walla.
Yeah, just like he went that way.
Yeah, or more so, like, can you sneak something in that nobody else is going to hear?
Right. Or you just improv with your little castmates or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Now that's weird. It's weirder now, but it used to be fun.
Right. So the first time you did hear yourself.
Oh yeah, that was where I was going with that.
Oh,
so
I was
anyway,
gonna say, just to kind of like tag onto that, right?
Yeah.
Like, so the first time you hear yourself, so we're all our own worst critic, right?
Yeah.
The first time you hear yourself, did you immediately go into critique mode, or was it more like, oh, this is fun?
So I thought it was fun, but because I had the skills for it, I feel like a lot of people freak out because they're not used to listening to themselves.
Yeah.
And what I've discovered is when you study music theater or any kind of singing, that's like you have to learn how to hear yourself. So I'm used to hearing myself speak. So I know what it sounds like. So I wasn't surprised, but I know at first when I would record anything, just like for fun, it used to creep me out. Like I was like, oh, no playing, I hate my voice. And now it's just I'm used to it.
Yeah. Again, that's most anybody who does anything with voice. Yeah.
Right, because you're not used to hearing your voice.
Right.
Until you are.
Yeah. I've gone through different iterations of changing my voice to find a version that I like. So, I mean, yeah.
Okay, I feel you. My stepson does that, actually.
Nice.
Like, he'll talk like himself, and then I notice when he gets on the phone, he, like, dips it low. I'm like, what are you doing? Why do you sound like that all of a sudden?
Yeah.
But
I hate the way I sound.
He's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, whoa. That's not how you speak, ever.
Sup, bro?
Sup,
no.
bro. He does that to me. That's, like, all he says to me now.
Sup, bro?
Yeah. Hey, sup?
Sup, bro?
Sup, bro? All right.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, you've voiced over 350 characters, and you've got a massive IMDb. If I'm going to throw that out there like that.
Oh, thank you.
How do you keep them from accidentally blending with each other?
The characters?
Yeah, the different characters that you do.
I don't know. It just happens. Well, they keep references.
Right.
So, like, they'll always play back for you what you did. And sometimes I need it, and sometimes I don't. I've only had an issue once where I was recording 4 shows at the same time, and they all had the same vocal placement, but there was something different, like a
Right.
little nuance that was different based on that character. And so it was really confusing. And I just remember that day because I was like, go from this booth to record, I think it was like Baka and Tess, and then Future Diary, and then like, I don't know, something else like Loud and Pingy. And by the time I got to like the third one, I was just so confused. Like I kept going into like Murmur and like into Me or something, and I couldn't keep the voice. That's what it was. I think Shin-chan. It was Shin-chan also, because Shin-chan was like, I played this little dwarf character, but it was also like the Pingy, like, I'm up here, and they were all in that area. But like one of them, it was just like slight nuances different. So that was the only time it got confusing. But usually, yeah, it's just they keep references for you and play it back, and that's what the director is there for.
Right. Right.
So, yeah.
Just kind of like put you back into, hey, this is the character you're doing right now.
Yeah. It's just like, you're out of voice. Let's do it again.
Right.
Okay.
So without making anybody jealous here, which characters surprised you the most?
Surprise me? What do you mean?
Like when either creating the voice or in voicing the character, like as far as like surprising yourself in maybe your vocal ability and like doing something that was maybe out of your range or something that was just like that surprised you character wise.
So probably Koby from One Piece, because I remember there was a period of time where my bestie, Brina Palencia, maybe you've heard of her, she was getting cast a lot as like these little boy voices.
Yeah.
And every time, and at the time, it was like her and maybe two other actors who could do it. And so anytime there was a little boy, she was like, yes! And because she would always get it. And I was like, damn, I wish I could do a little boy voice. Because I never could. Every time I tried to, it would just like slip into girl, because I don't know, because I'm a girl. But then I taught like a music theater class at one point for like second graders. And I was just like, how am I going to teach them to memorize lines? Okay, I'll make a recording for them so they can just listen to it and memorize it that way. But I had to distinct the voices. And at one point, I don't know, there was a boy voice that slipped in there. And that's just kind of where I got the practice. And so, I went in and auditioned for One Piece, got cast as Koby, and the director, Mike McFarlane, directed me into that voice that I have. Because I just went in there being like, I am a boy with a scratchy voice and enthusiasm. And he was like, I need to hear the glasses. I don't hear the glasses. Okay, so do you hear them now? And it just, I don't know. That's the voice that like freaked me out.
That is like the amazingness of McFarlane, though, is like just his ability to do that kind of thing.
Oh, he was so good.
Yeah.
He's so, yes. He actually directed the last season of My Hero for Toga. And that was like, he did such a good job. Like it was hard because it was like his direction was beautiful. He was just like, okay, at this point, Toga's lost like everything that is positive and cutesy. He's like, so I need to take all of that out. And he's like, I know you've been doing it for 7 seasons, but we're gonna change it now. Damn it. Okay. So that was really hard, but yeah, it came out. He was good.
Was there any characters that particularly challenged you, aside from, obviously, Koby?
Mavis from Fairy Tale. Good Lord. That was a beating, and I did it to myself, and I didn't even know, because it was like her voice, A, is breathy, which is always hard, and then B, it's like the bottom of the top range, so it's right on my break, like right on my vocal break. So... And then she speaks so much. It's like she doesn't come in a lot, but when she does, that girl has something to say, and she will say it for a long, long time. And it was just very hard to sustain because you run out of air.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of her like exposition lines. I would record until I ran out of breath, and then they would play it back, and I have to just like catch her and then finish the sentence. So it would fit, yeah.
God, I can imagine that being like, especially. Matching lip flaps, that's got to be difficult.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
Yeah, that's crazy. Which characters would you feel like are like old friends?
Probably Miss Kobayashi from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I love her so much. Like she is me. She's like my inner my inner curmudgeon. Like I get her so well. And then Toga, of course, is my bae. Love her.
Yeah. I think a lot of people here agree with that. So I mean,
yeah.
So let's talk writing a little bit.
Okay.
Right, because there's a lot of things that you do. A lot of fans don't realize you also adapt scripts.
Yes.
Yeah, and can you explain what ADR writing actually involves? Like, what's involved in doing ADR writing?
Sure thing. So, first of all, for anybody who's like the dub or sub sitch, here's a fun fact: your dub, especially for Crunchyroll, is probably more accurate to the real translation than the sub, because what happens with the sub is that they need to put enough, they need to put the words on the screen so that you can read it in time with the animation. So a lot of times they'll cut stuff out or just make it very blunt and simple to read and absorb. However, Crunchyroll has in-house translators who are fluent and speak Japanese, and they listen to the Japanese track and just like write down exactly everything that's being said. So we have all of that to play with versus just the subtitle. So we get the exact translation as it is, which is always broken, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. And then we have to just kind of tie it together in voice of the character to fit the mouth flaps that are already there.
Right.
And that can be pretty simple if it's a very straightforward show. The ones that were more in my wheelhouse were slice of life and comedy. And the comedy is where you'll see a lot more of the free adaptation, because the humor in Japan doesn't always translate over here, because we do a thing that they don't even do over there, which is sarcasm, and which is, subtext.
Yeah.
They don't do that. So if you have a character who would be that way in, Western culture, you're going to adapt it that way so that you get the same laugh and you get the same feeling without changing the story or the intent.
Yeah, I'm having to explain this to people a lot, like not lately, but like all the time, of how things in English don't translate in other languages, but things in other languages don't translate in English as well. Mm-hmm. Like I speak fluent Spanish, so I mean, like it's the same thing in Spanish.
Okay.
Where like there's insults in Spanish that make no sense in English.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh God, no. There's so many things that like, and they sound bad when English speakers hear us say it in Spanish.
Yeah.
But like translated in English, it's completely benign.
Oh, that's so
it's
funny.
Like the like, how's that an insult? Because in our language it is.
Yeah. That's how. So my husband is Egyptian, and he, has taught me stuff like that too. And there's a saying that is basically like, I don't know, in Egyptian, like if you said it in Egyptian, it would make sense. But he says he'll translate it to direct English for me, and it's like if I compliment you or if I say something like, like, oh, that was really good, and like we're related or whatever, it's basically says, oh, you're just saying that because you love me, is what it is. Oh. But it translates to a monkey in the mother's eye is a gazelle. And so
okay.
Yeah. So it's like it might be a monkey, which I think is adorable, but they're like, but the mother sees a gazelle. So he'll say that, like, if I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so brilliant, like the monkey in the mother's eye is a gazelle. Like, what does that even mean?
I have to like put that picture in my head.
Yeah.
To be like, okay, hold on, how does that make? Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I can see where that makes sense.
Yeah, but that's what we're doing in adaptation. It's like I can't like write that out. Everybody like, what? That's not what? I'd have to say something else.
Right. Like how different is writing dialogue versus performing it?
Oh,
obviously,
way different.
Yeah.
Performing it's great. It's fun. I mean, performing it is
here's broken English. Make that work.
Yes. When you're writing, you're responsible for so much, because you're responsible for the pacing of the show, and this character has to be different from this character. You got to keep track of what you said last time. You can't save this word in this sentence. Like, there's so much to think about. Whereas when you're just acting, you're thinking about your character, and that's it. That's it. I'm done. Character spoken.
Right.
Out.
How do you preserve emotional moments while making dialogue sound so natural in English? Because again,
what do you mean?
So I was gonna go and explain it more. So thinking like in the realm of you're taking this broken English, you know that this is supposed to be an emotional moment.
Oh yeah.
And it's writing that out in English so that you get the same emotion.
So that I bring a lot of my acting in to that for the writing. And I also cast the show in my head so that I can stay consistent. So even if it doesn't end up that way, like I'll have written each role for somebody that I know, or even somebody I don't know, but I know their personality or their character, and I'll just get into the mentality of that. I'll look at what they're saying in Japanese and like I'll understand it, like where they're going with it, and then I just watch it and I kind of rephrase it in my own mind as that character, and then write it out as I've said it, and then compare with translation. Am I doing it right? And then fit it. But yeah, it's a whole thing. But in order to get the emotion and the communication to feel authentic and genuine, I do pull in more of my acting skills versus the writing, just so I can feel it myself as I'm writing it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And to kind of stay in that same vein, do you feel like it's more difficult to write emotional, dramatic scenes or write comedy? Because it's kind of like, having comedy in your background. Kind of, is it harder to write comedy because it's like, I need to make sure that this lands?
So I love it. I mean, yes, it is harder. And like a lot of writers steer away from it. So usually what happens is they give you a list of the season. And then you, as the writer, you pick your top 5, what you want to sign up for. And then they just break it down by schedule. I always chose comedy and relationship. But a lot of writers don't want to do it because it is a lot of extra work.
Right.
And like the standard anime script is about, I think they say like 300 to 350 lines. Mine always come up, well, usually the comedies come about between 450 and 500.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what I would take on because I'm insane apparently, but I didn't realize that a lot of people hated it. I loved it. So to me, it was great and it's fun, and that's what made the job great for me.
Right.
Is I loved doing that. I loved doing the relationship ones, but they don't like doing it because it's a lot of talking and a lot of flapping, is what they call it. So there's a lot more to do.
Right.
So
one last fun question before we jump into some My Hero, because I know everybody here is waiting on that.
Yeah.
If you could rewrite one famous movie with a full anime energy,
oh God,
what movie becomes instantly better?
Full animated?
Full anime energy, yeah. So like if you
if
you could rewrite a movie with full anime energy, what movie would become instantly better?
Instantly better? Oh jeez. I don't know if it would become better. Titanic. I don't know. No. Amazingly.
Oh my God. Just think of Titanic with anime energy.
Yes. It'd be beautiful.
It would be like 1,000 times more dramatic.
It would be, and it would be stunning.
Just, I'm immediately thinking of the door scene.
You know what I mean? And she's like on the thing, and then there's like Chloe with her arm scarf, and she's like on the tip of the boat, And she's got like hearts. Yeah.
I'm just picturing Jack going, Rose! Rose!
No, it'd be cute. I think
but he's freezing too. Gorgeous. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
that, yeah. Oh, that would be stunning.
Right.
The ice would be beautiful. Oh my God.
You just put an entire scene in my head, and now I want this.
Do it.
Yeah.
It would be beautiful.
We're going to do this now.
I think it'd be stunning. I love it. And then people could watch it because sometimes it's hard to watch like actual humans go through that. And then, but when you know it's a story, like your brain is like, oh, it's a story. It's okay. I can get involved. I can be upset and, traumatized by this. And it's okay.
I think we need to pitch this to Cameron like now.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's get into some My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Right. So what was your first reaction when you learned that you'd be voicing one of anime's most beloved villains?
I had no idea that was a thing. That is not what was told to me, and it's not what was told to Colleen Clinkenbeard, and I pulled one over on them, didn't I? So there. I think we all thought I was a one-off. Like I was just gonna like come in, like be killed, and I'm out. Bye. Have fun with the frappies and ochacos and whatnots.
Right.
But no, I was excited about it. It was fun because everyone wanted it, like everybody auditioned for it. It was one of those big deal auditions because like there's always like 2 tiers of auditions at Crunchyroll. There's like, your standard everyday audition, like, oh, okay, cool, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. And then there's like the audition where you care and you're mad if you don't get it, and it's stressful, and you're just like constantly texting your friends, like, did you hear anything? I don't know. So that was that. And I auditioned for it, and I didn't hear anything forever. So I was like, okay, well, I'm on this show. So I let it go. I was sad. But then, one day I'm just like waiting outside of my booth where I was supposed to go in to record something else. And Colleen's like, oh, hey, I think your character's coming back up. And I'm like, what? What character? What are you talking about? And she's like, in My Hero Academia. And I was like, I'm in the show? And she's like, yeah, you're in the show. I saw this character and I was like, oh my gosh, that's you. But yeah, I think she's coming up. And I'm like, okay, great. Cool. I get to be a superhero. And then I go in and record. And she's like, okay, so my idea for this is you have to be equal parts adorable and terrifying.
That's literally what I have written for you on how I describe her.
Really?
Literally word for word. I said Toga can go from adorable to terrifying in about a half a sentence.
Oh, yay. Yeah, she's supposed to be equal parts. That was the whole thing. That was Colleen's vision.
Yeah, like how do you switch between those emotional extremes? Like, because
you don't.
Yeah.
They're the same thing. And that's what we did for like hours for a while. Like, getting the voice, it had to be equal parts. She's like, okay, cool. She's like, more scary. Like, you're still super cute. Okay, cool. Do this. It's not cute enough. Like, put more cuteness back. So, that was like our first session, is just figuring out like how are we gonna do that like across the series? How are we gonna keep her equal parts? Like, oh, she's so cute, but she's also scary. But she's scary, but she seems like she's fun. Like, I might want to talk to her, but
she might also rip your head off.
Which is also, what's fun is that's how Colleen sees me, is what I learned. Because she was like, this is you. It's always been you. And all of a sudden, like, as soon as she said that, like, it just, like, flashed back. I was like, wow, that's what Colleen thinks I am. She thinks I'm adorable and terrifying at the same time. She's like, no one else could do this but Leah. She's creepy. She's that creepy and cool. Creepy cool. It's fine. So, yeah.
That's hilarious. Do you think Toga sees herself as the villain?
No villain ever sees themselves as a villain. They see themselves as right.
Right.
Yeah, and if you play yourself as a villain, there's a little acting technique for any actors out there. If you play yourself as a villain when you're a villain, you're doing it wrong, because the villain thinks they're right. The villain thinks you're the bad guy. Right. So no, Toga never saw herself as a villain. Toga just wanted love, and she didn't have an example of that. She just went after love however she knew how to do it. The best way she knew how to do it. She knows blood is like the inside of you and like who you really are and the truth. And like, if I have that, if I become you, then, oh my gosh, we're intertwined. That's the only way I can feel love, is to be intertwined with somebody and to be them, because no one ever taught her that you can be two separate people and also feel love. Right. So yeah, that's what her goal was.
Yeah. And that's 100% on that the best villains are the ones that seem like they could be a hero in their own right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a hero in their head. Right. They're making things right.
Right. It's exactly it. Has your understanding of Toga changed as the series has like evolved? Like from when you first started playing her towards the end of the series, did your understanding of her change at all over the course? It was always the same? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm so which is great, because I mean, you know so little about them when you first start, right? So, and as an actor, you always have to discover your why. And that was my choice from the very beginning. It's just like, okay, why am I pouncing on these girls and forcing them to be my friend and they don't want to? Why? Why would I do that? Because that's all I know, and because I desperately need it and no one else will give it to me for any other reason, so I'm just going to take it myself. And that's what I went with for the performance. But then it's just like, oh, wow, it turned out to be true. So I just kept it.
All right.
So I've always known her. I felt like, so that's, yeah. She's the character that I feel like I've known from the beginning. Awesome. And everybody else was discovering her, but I knew. Right. I knew.
So before we get into any audience questions, guys, if anybody in the audience has any questions, be ready. Jeff will walk up to you guys with the mic. I'm going to ask you one last fun question while everybody's trying to figure out their questions.
Sure.
If Toga accidentally wandered into another anime universe, where would she cause the most chaos? I'm going to give you 4 choices here.
Okay.
Fairy Tail.
Okay.
Dragon Ball, One Piece, or Dragon Maid?
Oh, wow. Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball, One Piece, or Dragon Maid?
Yeah.
Where would she
cause the most chaos?
Most chaos. chaos. Oh God, Dragon Maid. Can you imagine? Because all the rest of them, I feel like she could kind of blend in some way. But Dragon Maid, I mean, Kobayashi's already dealing with the Toru, who's like, oh, I'm gonna turn into a dragon and I'm gonna clean your house, like, and fly you to work every day. Nothing wrong with that. But then you got the same obsession that's like, I'm going to stab you also. And then I'm going to turn into you. And then I'm going to go to work and be friends with all your friends. Isn't that cool? Like, that would be so chaotic. She could not handle that.
Adorable little psychopath.
Oh, my gosh. Kobayashi, she would not know what to do. That'd be so chaotic. If she get to work and all her, all her programming is, like, gone, like, Deku's face. She's like, what? I didn't do this. What's happening? So, yeah.
That's great. Are there any questions in the audience?
Questions, comments, concerns? My favorite pizza topping is banana peppers.
Oh, look at that. I have a similar question for you later.
All right.
Oh, there we go over here. Jeff.
Do, 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 do.
So at the end of the series, they try to make the audience think, like, what if a lot in regards to Ochako, wondering what would happen if Toga had just gotten help from an early age and been shown love from an early age. Do you think you would have enjoyed playing the character as much if the series had taken that spin on and she had been reformed early on?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as long as we started out and then, like, had that whole arc where we discover, I can do good things. I would have loved to have seen that. I think that would have been fun. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. Do you think there's a large future still in, like, voice acting, or do you think it's going to be an industry that's going to be disrupted big time by AI?
Don't say that.
Well, I mean, it's already there.
Yeah.
Girl, that's a whole other subject. I found AI using my voice. I was very upset and very confused. Yeah. It depends. I right now, as it is, no, because we're like the only country that's not focusing on regulating AI. There are other countries that are. So once we have an administration that prioritizes that, I have a feeling we'll be okay because it will be regulated. But right now, there's an app. I'm not going to plug it and let you give them more money.
Let's not do that.
But there's an app that you can talk to Toga, and it'll talk back to you. It'll create a relationship with you. It'll, like, remember everything, and it's my voice. And I found it, and I was like, it was really freaking creepy too, because I was like, whose voice are you using? And she's like, it's you. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Where did this, how did you do that? And she's like, oh, well, I stabbed you and it turned into you. Now I have your voice, meh. And so.
Fairly obvious that they probably just fed the entire show into the algorithm.
Well,
so, yeah.
Apparently this particular app, like, takes everything of the characters that it can never find and feeds it to it and teaches it. And to the point of taking everybody's voices, which is horrible.
Right.
So, yeah. So right now, if things stay as it is, like, we could be screwed. But if they actually do what, Europe and everyone else is doing, which is regulating it and saying, no, you can't do this, and it's actually a crime, and you can be fined for these things, then I think we'll be okay. I can imagine them being okay with doing, like, bit rolls and stuff, or, like, Walla, which is sad because I feel like...
It's so fun.
It is, and it's also where, you cut your teeth. It's like where you learn. I mean, it's where all of us learned, is leaving bit rolls first. And you work up to it. So you don't necessarily, maybe there's, like, a college course of voice acting that it's just that, but I don't know.
A whole class on just doing Walla. That's
just
it.
a Walla class. Like, how do you do that? You can't train anybody.
Actor.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
I know that you, like, love Toga. But if you weren't aware of, like, what her quirk was, or if you think that she'd probably have, like, a different type of quirk just based off of, like, What type of quirk do you think she would have?
Just looking at her?
Yeah, just looking at her.
What quirk? Oh, probably like, I don't know, Candy Crush quirk or something. You know what I mean?
Really good at Candy Crush.
Well, you know what I mean? Like she would just like she throws gumballs at you or something. Like she just looks like a cute little schoolgirl, like skipping, and she's always happy. Or maybe she's dental girl. You know, maybe she makes your teeth really white or something. Because I never figured out what this was, other than it was designed after a mimic box. I knew that, but maybe that's what the teeth thing is. That's what I would assume. She fixes your teeth. That's where you go. That girl.
All right, so real quick before we get into some wrap-up questions here,
Okay.
I'm going to do some rapid fire. I'm going to do a rapid fire game.
Okay.
Okay, so quick questions. First answer that pops into your head.
Okay, I'm scared.
The game is called Meeting Leah Clark.
Oh, no. Okay.
Imagine every character you've ever voiced is waiting backstage.
Oh, God. Okay.
And just in all reality, just whatever one's come to mind. So they all know you. They all want to say hi. Who's giving you the biggest hug?
Oh, that's cute. Nautica.
Okay.
Little Nautica from what's it called? Negama. From back in the day.
Who's starting an argument with you?
Starting an argument with me? Toga. 100%. She's like, don't give away my secrets. Stop saying I'm the tortured character.
Who accidentally destroys the entire building?
Blair. Yeah.
And who's quietly trying to keep everyone organized?
Mavis.
Mavis. Yes. Oh, that is exactly it. All right. So I'm going to get into some wrap-up questions here, okay? I'm going to ask you the hardest question you've ever been asked in your life.
Okay.
Okay,
What?
just be ready for this.
What?
All
Okay.
right? What is your favorite kind of taco?
Oh. Scared me.
That's the point.
My favorite kind of taco? I love the Taco Bell Crunchy. It's just nostalgic. It's simple, you know? It's not too much. It's great when you have a hankering.
There you go.
It doesn't fill you up. It's just like, you know, a little snack. I love it.
All right. What is a quick piece of advice that you would give to somebody trying to break into acting or voice acting?
Acting, I would say just don't stop. Don't give up. Like if you desperately want it, just keep doing it. And you will anyway. Like I won't even have to tell you. If you're meant to do it, you're gonna anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's not one of those jobs at first that ever pays you a whole lot. Like you can't chase the money.
You do it because you love
That's not a thing. Yeah. If it's in your bones and your blood to do it, you're just gonna keep doing it. If you're not, it's gonna turn you away real fast. And then the other one for voice acting, I would say take singing lessons. Because it teaches you how to listen to yourself.
Yes.
The biggest issue I have seen when I was directing is stunning, beautiful stage and film actors would come in and audition and eat a crap sandwich on the microphone.
God.
Because they couldn't hear themselves.
Right.
They can act and they can emote, but it wouldn't come out like a character, you know. It didn't have the rhythm and the flow, and when you gave them direction they couldn't correct it, you know.
Right.
Like as a singer, whether you're singing solo or even choir, like you are trained to know when you soften this or belt this or, make this faster or slower, like that, and that transfers immediately to voice acting. So when a director's like, oh, okay, I need this a little bit softer, or feel this on this line and punch this one, you can do it. But there are actors who are brilliant who cannot because they can't listen to themselves.
Right.
So take singing lessons. Even if you never sang it before in your life, it'll teach you how to hear yourself.
Control your vocal cords.
And it'll work them out too, because I
Right.
can scream. I do not relate to them. They're like, I heard my voice. I'm like a horse. Like, I learned how to belt on Broadway, so
Right.
I can also scream, and it's fine.
It's funny because ADHD moment. Rob Paulson said one of my favorite things is if you can sing as a character, you have a character down.
Sing as a character.
Yeah. So
Okay.
not just do a character. Anybody can do a character, but he's like, if you can do a character and then sing as that character, you have that character down. You can do anything with that character.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, because there's sometimes like you'll get to something you've never done. You're like, oh God, I've never done this as this character. What do I do? Where do I go? And it's because you're not locked in. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah. I've always loved that little tidbit that he threw out there. So, who wins in a fight, Toga or Agma?
Agma from DBZ Super?
From DBZ Super.
Toga. The other girl's just sitting in the stands. I mean,
the whole point of asking that question is just to tee up one for Toga.
Oh, right. Yes. There you go, Toga.
Just teeing one up for Toga there. What's next for you that's not under NDA that fans should be excited about?
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Not under NDA.
Not under NDA. Yeah, don't get in trouble.
Okay, thank you. Solo leveling.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm in the game, but she hasn't showed up in the anime, but my contract was game and anime. So I know she's coming. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
So hopefully season 3 is the prediction.
Solo leveling it's been
it's
amazing.
Like blowed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went from like, oh, okay, here's the show that came out to it's everywhere.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. And just like the marketing alone, like the cross promotion with solo leveling is insane.
It is insane.
Yeah.
And you can never tell, y'all. Like, we have no idea. Like, I have no clue what's going to be what unless they tell us. And sometimes when they tell us, it's false.
Right.
Like, they told us Sergeant Frog was going to be big, is what we were told. we were told that was going to be like My Hero Academia with frogs. It was not. It was absolutely not. They stopped it. They're just like, okay, we're not recording this anymore. Bye. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
And then solo leveling is like the
Sad.
biggest thing since
Yeah, what?
Demon Slayer.
Okay.
You know, it's like
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is another monster on its own. So it's like
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Yusu Young. She's a model turned A rank.
And then finally, where can everybody follow you, support your work, and keep up with what you're doing? Social media, and any plugs you want to do right now?
Well, you can definitely keep up with me on the Instagrams, Leah Clark VA, and that's my handle pretty much everywhere. But I'm mostly active on Insta. I'm trying to cross over onto the TikToks. It just intimidates me. So I've have one. I just haven't stuck with it because I always get scared. There's just a lot going on over there.
Yeah, no,
It's like that. You open up that door to TikTok, and it's like, like, oh God.
Yeah.
I can't.
And,
I gotta
TikTok's
go
been
back.
a trip lately because they've been kind of throttling a lot of content. So
Is that what's happening? I don't know. It's a lot.
yeah, a lot of content creators that were getting like a couple thousand views per video are getting like 100.
That's what Kyle was telling me because my friend Kyle Phillips, which is my second plug, is we do a podcast together called Spark and Chaos, and it's where we watch My Hero Academia start to finish. We're on season 4 right now, the second half of season 4, and so each episode is commentary, and then we do little segments, and they make fun of me, and I don't watch it because I don't watch it because I refuse. I don't want to be self-conscious. So apparently, I don't know, the editor makes fun of stuff I say a lot. So apparently I was saying, okay, this is example. At the end of each episode, they're like, okay, here's where our next cons are. Here's where you can find us. So I always list where we're going. I was saying a convention name wrong for 6 episodes straight, and they were apparently counting every single time that I was doing it wrong until I finally said it right. And Kyle was like, oh my gosh, you said it right. And he's like, we've been counting these down. I'm like, what? Why didn't you tell me that I was saying it wrong? He's like,
because it's funnier if they don't tell you.
Yes, he trolls me all the time. He's such a jerk.
That's messed up, but it's funny.
It is. I just have to tell you one more thing
Please.
What Kyle trolling me. So Dragon Maid, right? He directed Dragon Maid. So upsetting. So, and I'm recording, and I hadn't met Sarah. We didn't have to. She was super new. I just heard her for the season, and then I heard her Toru, her dragon voice. She changes it, so she's like, "Me, I'm Toru," and then she's like, "I'm a dragon," And I heard the dragon. I was like, "Ooh, that's cool. Who's that?" And Kyle goes, "Oh, that's Laura Wiedenheft." I was like, "Laura?" I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're sisters." I was like, oh my God, that's so brilliant. She has a sister? And he's like, yeah.
That's so messed up.
And then we continued recording. And then I met Sarah Wiedenheft on a panel. And I was like, yeah, and so your sister does the Toru? And she's like, I don't have a sister. I'm like, what? So yeah, that's how I found that out. He's such a jerk.
He made you look bad in a panel.
Yes.
That's messed up.
He will do that. It's awful.
That is absolutely terrible.
Anyway, Spark and Chaos. Check it out.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after the panel here, be sure to go and stop by our booth, get for autographs, photos, say hi. Leah, thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with us. You've made us laugh with Kobayashi, inspired us through Mavis, and terrified everybody here as Toga. Or brought countless stories to life. Through your writing, you've helped create unforgettable moments for anime fans around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for Leah Clark.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.